the idea of this is like you're turning a big wheel. So as I come down, I got this big wheel and I'm turning it. And if you watch my legs, right? Notice that it's not just me moving my arms, but my hips move as well. My hips move my leg. This is the secret sweep. And the trick is, because it's a difficult movement, because you're doing it on one leg, right? Is learning how to turn dantian while still on one foot. Because it's easier when you're on 2 feet, because you can balance while you're doing your movements, right? You can focus on your dantian. But when you're on 1 foot, suddenly you start to torque your waist and suddenly you're throwing yourself off balance. So this is what we call like the progression of difficulty in forms. And it's very apparent throughout Taiji, where the start of the movements, like the start of the form, are very simple-esque movements, considering that we have to learn all these new principles. So we're learning them in these simple movements to get them down. And then as we go throughout the form, the movements get progressively more difficult, so that later on you can learn how to use those same principles within more difficult and complex motions, more complex scenarios. So learning how to turn dantian while on 2 feet, and then learning how to turn dantian while on 1 foot makes it more difficult, which makes it better training. The first one of these catches, we do it with a straight punch, right? So it comes straight out. But all the ones after this, after the first one, for the first 13 movements, they're what's called a bell fist. So a bell fist, rather than coming straight out, a bell fist is like you're banging on the end of a big bell or a gong, right? So this is actually an upwards motion. You're striking them like this. So you can imagine like you're striking them under the chin or striking them up to the groin if it's a lower punch, right? So just remember the difference between the straight and then the upwards arcing, right?